Hello, Shadowcat back with a new series. I'm starting Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown because I didn't like the last series I was doing, and this one's been on my list to do for a while, so I'm finally getting around to it. I'm a huge fan of Star Trek, and I still am a huge fan of Voyager. I do think that the things in Voyager could have been done differently, though, and since that's the entire purpose of this entire game, I think we're gonna have fun. Now, to be fair, I have already tried recording this once, and it failed. Once. So, had to go ahead and start over because OBS did not want to play nice with it, and I'm hoping that's fixed now. So, we're gonna start this over again. Try again. You didn't miss anything because the first part of the game is pretty much just the tutorial. There's not much that I can really control in this, but we're going to do the best we can anyway. So, previous save completely deleted. We're going to start over with a new game. Now, I did the last time I said I was going to do the Years of Hell. And I'm still going to do that. See, the thing about Voyager is that the entire idea behind Voyager is that they were supposed to be absolutely isolated in the Delta Quadrant. And that meant that resources were supposed to be thin. And how did they get all those torpedoes? How did they replace a shuttlecraft? I don't know. Nobody knows. So I'm going to do Years of Hell, and I'm going to try to play through Voyager the way it should have been. I have been told by reliable sources that this is a stupid idea. So I'm going to go ahead and do the stupid thing. Let's go ahead and get going. So, you are captain of the Federation Starship Voyager, manage your ship crew, plot a course.
So, a few days back, this Captain Janeway breezes into my cozy penal colony like she owns the place. She's stern and smells like coffee and regulations. And the kicker? She's served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found, and because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis. She puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage. The USS Voyager. Might even get to touch the helm.
And that is the last voiceover we will get for the entire game. I really wish that more of the game was voiced, but apparently it's not, so I have to read everything. Alright, gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh out of the Academy, ready for your first deep space assignment? Reporting for duty, Captain. It is an honor to be here. I hope to live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us to search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in the sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis, wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax. I was with the Maquis for only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Penal colony? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands. Maximum warp. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She is ready for the challenge. I love the prose that this is written in. It sounds like a classic, like, Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? That wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain. But they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us. A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges toward Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert! Helm, evasive maneuvers. Too late! The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage, the transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to Engineering, we need stellar cartography back online. Now. Alright. I've already been through all the tutorial stuff once, so I don't really need to do all this again. We're just going to get into this. Turn, cartography, on. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but, what Harry's trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Alright, and here's where I think we're going to spend most of our time. Because we have a whole system here of stuff to scan, and we're going to go ahead and scan it. Alright. Does it have deuterium? It does have deuterium. Let's go get some. Okay, a small debris field. We could just collect whatever's here for a decent amount of deuterium, or we could try the tractor beam. Risk versus reward. We could get an average amount, or we could get a bunch. And I'm going to go for the risk reward here because it's not really a bad option. Yes! Good option. We got 547 deuterium. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. Which is basically to say we can get off batteries. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. So, we are currently in gray mode. There are multiple tiers that we can operate the warp core. And so we just want to get up to tier 1. And there it goes. It is so very cool that you can actually see everything inside the ship working. Okay, our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, about this thing, this array. I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Alright, well, try hailing them. No response, Captain. Alright, scan it. There's no one on board. Well, what about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We'll need it to repair the transporter room. So, we need duranium, we need titanium, basically we need everything that's up here. We have all kinds of stuff up here that we got to keep track of. Borg nanites, we can keep that down. Bioneural gel packs, which the ship uses to function. We got science points. We've got dilithium. We've got deuterium. We have energy. This is what the warp core is putting out. We're currently using 15 out of our 120. Or 15 out of 135. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, yeah. So 120 is the maximum. We're currently using 15. This is our batteries, which I guess are not even functioning. But here's our duranium. Here's our tritanium. Here's our food. We don't have any. We're eating rations. So let's see what we got. Here we go. Let's take a trip. You can see up here that we're losing deuterium every cycle. Now, as much as I would love to use a torpedo to destroy this thing and collect even more, we only have the one option, so we'll take it. 23 is going to be good enough. We have all the duranium we need. So, engineering is standing by to repair the transporter. For this, we're going to need to have work crews. We only have one work crew, but that's enough. One work crew, no time needed. It's going to take us 14 duranium. And for this, there we go. Done. Transporters are back online. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Now, on our way back, there's some deuterium, there's some more duranium. So, risk to maneuver the Voyager into an unknown cloud. See how it's orange? There's a chance that this actually backfires on us. I am not going to take risks, unless I absolutely have to. We'll go ahead and take the safer route. Nice. Okay, and we'll take the only option we have here. That gets us a little bit more. Okay, back to the array. Ensign Kim, Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Now, away missions are going to have us pick people. Our choices are Harry Kim and Tom Paris. So, just because I want to be different, I'm going to take Tom Paris and Harry Kim instead. They look weird. They do not look like the actual actors, but it's okay. Everyone's got different specialties. I don't actually know what these mean. I guess that's command, engineering, medical, engineering, science. It's fine. And then everyone has a trait. So it's good. We'll take a look. Let's go. Alright, so, Captain, we seem to materialize in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Okay. Well, we have a tricorder. We could use it. Now, the best way I think to do this is to look at our risk versus reward and make the best decision there. So, for example, we need 32 command points. Tom only has 25. That is a 7-point difference. The science requires a 36, and Harry only has 29, also a 7-point difference, so the odds are even. I can look over here and say that the next one will require us to do either a command, medical, or science. Since Tom has both of those skills a little bit better. I think we'll go ahead and use Harry now because using people twice in a row is generally bad. So let's see what we can do. Success! Awesome. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse strumming a banjo. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on. How should we approach him? So, taking a look at our options here, we could use command and demand know what's going on. That is going to be a 19-point difference. Whereas try to read his body language is only a 3-point difference. And Harry is fatigued, so we don't really want to do that. This gives us our best chance of success. And we'll get a little bit of research when we do so. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but they can't quite put a finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it is not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. We got some science. Okay. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. Tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Well, Tom could investigate, but that is more than 20 points difference. Try to analyze the energy readings. That's about, let's see, 39, that's a 15-point difference. Together, however, they can actually exceed it, and we might even get a critical success. Maybe. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air, but before they can break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half-Klingon woman, lying on surgical tables. We got some deuterium from that. Alright. These people must be the missing Maquis. They're being held here. We must get them out. Well... Tom has the chance to actually rescue them. He could wake up the tattooed man. There's a chance of failure there. However, Harry is guaranteed to wake up the Klingon woman, so I think we should go that route. Alright, Harry sprints towards the half-Klingon woman, hoping to rouse her. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Harry can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Alright, we succeeded at everything, nothing critically, but nobody was injured. We did good, and we got points. I have no idea what the points are for, but we got some. So, a sudden return. Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Harry Kim unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? I'm back on Voyager. What happened over there, Mr. Kim? We lost contact with you for several hours. Hours? But we were just there, right, Tom? Tom? It seems like he's still in the array. I hope. Captain, we're being hailed. By the Maquis. Starfleet. I don't know what you did to our commander, but I can still ram this wreck into your precious starship. Ram us? One of our own is also missing. It would make sense to postpone the ramming until we're all accounted for. Does that sound reasonable? We're beaming over. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Maquis crew is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Don't play games, Starfleet. We're armed and ready to defend ourselves. I wouldn't have it any other way. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. Likewise, Captain. Miss Torres, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate the Maquis. I never liked you, Vulcan. That is unsurprising. I assure you I perform my Maquis duties to the highest standards. Pitak. You win some, you lose some. Let's focus on bringing Mr. Paris and your commander back. His name is Chakotay, and we can't get back in that easy. They're sealed, and their communications are cut off. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources in the engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 to functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Yes, I know how this works. So, we're simply going to turn the air back on. That's going to take more power, but we've got power. Power is one thing that we're doing good on, for now. Life support restored on Deck 5. Engineering office is now accessible. And, of course, it's a mess. I'll have to fix it before we can even use it. So, we have repair teams now. We have one repair team. We'll put them to work. It's going to take 3 cycles to do so, though. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all the planets in the system and gather more deuterium and duranium. Now we have options because I can go to the ship, we can go to open space. Now on the ship, phaser control room, aero shuttle bay, torpedo launch bay. This is something that I would like to get back online because we may need it later on. There's no available work team though. However, every time that we have found a wreck that has wanted us to blow it apart for more resources, it hasn't been available. So, as soon as we have work teams available, we may start working on that. In the meantime, though, let's see, there's a debris field with more deuterium. We are actually full on that right now. There's duranium, deuterium, and more deuterium. We can't hold any more deuterium, so this is the best shot. And there's the engineering. Turn it on. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2, the mess hall, to ensure the crew's food supply. Maintain their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first, obviously. Now, the problem is that we need to keep track of morale. And right now we are losing 80 morale per cycle, which is awful. So we are going to switch this on. Access to the mess hall is now possible. You know, what's left of it. It has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. We will work on this. Repairs are in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodations as well. The ruined room must be cleaned first to create room. Okay, and we will do that. However, I don't want to do it there. That's where they want us to do it. Well, actually, I may not have a choice in the matter. Nope, I actually can't do this. I'm going to clear over here. Why? I have a plan. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should collect more resources. Which we're going to do. Okay. We're going to use the tractor beam and go for the risk versus reward. And we lost. We only got 28 out of that one. But 28 is not the worst thing. Now, I really just need to pass some time. Okay, there's the mess hall. Enter the ship. Mess hall is back online. Now, here's where things are going to get complicated. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. We will do that. However, it's going to give us a plus 10 morale, but watch up here. We are currently burning 24 deuterium per cycle. Replicator rations are now issued. Now we're up to 41 per cycle. That's bad. But now we have a free work crew, and we can start clearing this out. There is a reason for this. It's not immediately obvious, but there is a reason for it. And the reason is this. We have 50 people that don't have anywhere to sleep. We need to get them housed as soon as we can. I have a plan. So, we're just going to kind of spend some time here, cruising around. We'll come over here to this deuterium, and there we go. One ruined room done. Ruined room removal concluded. It still thinks I'm working over here. Alright, crew quarters. Now, there are several different kinds that we can make, but right now we just want emergency shelters. So we can make emergency quarters, standard crew quarters, officer quarters. We can make a sick bay, although I'm pretty sure we have one. We can make a holodeck, we can make an observation now. We want emergency quarters, and it's going to take up 2 spaces. And the reason why I picked here should be obvious now. If we went over here, we could fit 1. Over here, we can fit 1 here. And as soon as this is done, we'll be able to fit 2 more emergency quarters in there. Now, who's calling me? Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Who is this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain. It's the old man with the banjo. But his form is entirely different compared to how he appeared on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and scan the array, because that's an option. Always take the optional options. They're optional for a reason. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Tom and Chakotay. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? Now, just like before, these are going to have probabilities, and right now, all of our probabilities are 70%. Now, we could let B'Elanna talk, but that seems like a bad idea. Instead, we'll let Janeway do what she does best. Appeal to his humanity. We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. Well, I mean, we can help. What are you looking for? Maybe we can help. You? I've searched the galaxy for with methods beyond your comprehension. No, there's nothing you can do. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it. We haven't got any closer to Paris or Chakotay. You managed to get something. You Starfleet don't know how to fight, but you sure talk good. Captain, if I may. I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Miss Torres? I don't like this any more than you do, but it'll be easier if we work together. Captain. Helm, set a course for the 5th planet of the neighboring system. Let's find our people. Set a course for the 5th planet, maximum warp. And now, we get a bigger map. Up here. However, before we do that, we're going to need fuel. Just the regular will be fine right now. We can only store 1,000, so this is fine. Yeah, we lost 86 due to full storage. That brings us up to a full, easy 1,000. I have both work crews working, right? Yeah, that'll be clear in 4 cycles. This will be done in 8. Alright, setting a course. The ruined room is done. Good. Now, here's where we're going to put him to work. Build us another emergency quarters. Right there. And we already have 1 emergency quarters done. Perfect. Now we can build another one right here. And that's why we cleared out over here. Perfect. Look at all of those question marks. Let's do some scanning. Some duranium right there. We could use more of that. Deuterium, uranium, deuterium. Okay. So decent amount of fuel, decent amount of materials. We're going to go here first. Risk versus reward. Well, since there's no bad option here, let's try the tractor beam. Ooh, just got it. 56 duranium. Also, what's over here? Deuterium. Science. We don't have any science ability yet. I think we need a lab for that. Can we fix the lab? We have a lab somewhere, yeah? Yeah, science laboratory. We don't have any work crews available right now. I'm still trying to get people housed. Okay, well, in the meantime, first off, let's go ahead and replenish our fuel. Aha! Emergency quarters done. That one will be done soon. Let's work on the science laboratory. Okay, that's done. We still have 26 people that are currently unhoused. Actually, that should be the first thing we do. So let's go ahead and start clearing this. Start clearing that. As much as I want to get the science lab up and running. Not right now. Now, we can collect anything easily or try to use the tractor beam. I'm going to use the tractor beam. So it's either 340 or 524. Yes! We got it. Perfect. That puts us up to 991. That's a great place to be. And now, with the fuel tanks topped off, we'll come here. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Let's see what we have here. Following the array's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Tom and Chakotay perhaps being held in this place? What makes this place so special? Well, let's check the energy pulses. Anything noteworthy? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he was running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we better hurry. Let's do a scan. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no rivers, nothing. However, there are settlements. Now, if we had the science lab, we could analyze the atmosphere, but we didn't, and so we can't. So we'll just have to leave it. Let's prepare an away team. Captain, a small craft is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant? Greetings! Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard the story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the Caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The Caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew, too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But, Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide. But of course a guide needs a little, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you can help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Okay, Neelix is now recruited. Work crews are still working. Nothing more that I can do here right now. Rebuild Voyager. Oh, right. Now we need to go and do a little bit of exploring. Well, we could do this. We're already kind of stocking up on it. Scan the anomaly. We don't have the science laboratory. I really wish we had the science laboratory. We'll leave it for now. We could go ahead and get some more materials. Aha! Emergency quarters are there. Cool. That's ready. But we still have 14 people that are unhoused. Science laboratory. Now we can repair it. It'll take us 3 cycles. Let's get this back online. We kinda need it. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and go for the big one. So, 42 normal, 64 max. Oh, we got it. Oh, unfortunately, however, we lost it due to full storage. We can only hold 100. All right. What a delicious meal. A culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy, but comforting, smooth, yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup! I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you're enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance. Now. Ah, yes, you're missing crew, right. See, I remember in the actual pilot, it was actually a bath. And I'm disappointed that we did not get a steamy Neelix bath scene. Missed opportunity. Anyway, scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Kazon what? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Okampa had our people. Well, the Okampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My pal Maj Jabin, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Tell me more. Water is a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Very well. Prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Alright, here we go then. And there we go, we got the science laboratory. Excellent. So there it is. Looking good. And right next to the emergency quarters, and the emergency quarters, and the emergency quarters, and guess what this is going to be? If you guessed emergency quarters, you don't get a prize, okay? Because it was kind of obvious. Phaser control room, we'll probably want that soon too. But we have 14 people here. We're going to need this cleaned out too. Okay, because we're going to need... We had 50 crew. Each one of these is holds 12 people. So technically speaking, we need room for 60. And that should be good enough for that. We will need to get sickbay back as well. But, you know, one thing... First things first, okay? We'll do this first. So, let's go visit the planet. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Send the away team. Now, Neelix has to come. Neelix has this symbol, which I think is supposed to be like diplomacy. And then, of course, engineering. Options. Now, looking at what we've got, we're going to need some command experience. We're going to need some security and a little bit of science. Since the only person who has security here is Tuvok, he's coming. And he actually does fulfill everything we want. However, his command and his science are a bit low. So, can we do better? And the answer is yes. B'Elanna and Kim would both be better. And I feel like since Tuvok is going there to rescue Tom, I feel like B'Elanna can go and help get Chakotay back. So we'll send her. Besides, she's only level 1. She needs the experience. So you're going. That gives us 45 diplomacy, 38 engineering, 25 command, 45 tactical, and 22 science. We're in good shape here. We're in good shape. We could also use a survivalist, but we don't have anybody who's got survivalist. So that's the best we can do. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and the sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? This is a place where we really needed that survivalist. Nobody's got it. It wasn't even an option. So Tuvok will have to do the best he can. There is a chance of failure here. And we barely got it. Okay. The away team pushes forward, battling the strong winds and low visibility. Finally, they emerge onto a ledge with a clearer view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Oglus settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We'll need to find cover fast. So, let's look at what our best options are here. With Innovator, we could design an intelligent shelter to withstand the storm. This has a 4-point failure. Build a temporary shelter. We could guarantee this with both Neelix and B'Elanna working together. Or analyze the area and evaluate for better cover. We could also guarantee this one with Tuvok and B'Elanna working together. I feel like a 4-point risk is acceptable. I'm going to allow her to do this one on her own. Success! B'Elanna wastes no time. With impressive efficiency, she swiftly constructs a wind-resistant shelter from the surrounding debris, all while grumbling about the perceived incompetence of the Starfleet team. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazon Oglus settlement. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach these people? Well, let's see. Neelix has a 5-point difference. We could let him handle it. We could approach it in typical Starfleet manner. That, however, has a roughly 21-point difference. Or we could approach them intimidatingly. That's got a 10-point difference. We'll let Neelix handle it. Success! Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Ogla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around the corner. A human with pointy ears. They call that a Vulcan. We have one too. It seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them? Well, we did say that we would bring water. So, what I think we'll do is that. Besides, Neelix has a terrible chance of success here. Tuvok could. But I like the odds here. Let's do this. Beam the water down. The away team offers Jabin water from their replicators. Fascinated by the technology, Jabin accepts the offer and becomes more receptive. He explains that the Ocampo live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he's holding as a slave. She is an Ocampa. He explains that she is one of the few who managed to reach the surface. Suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands the Ocampa woman be freed. And now is where things go off the rails. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Okay, well, we could appease and carefully withdraw. Neelix is guaranteed to succeed at that. And I think this might be the best way to go. B'Elanna has nothing to offer here. And everything else has a chance of failure. We will go with the guaranteed success. Let's go. The away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while choosing their words carefully to calm the angry Kazon. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive reaction, recognizes the away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation. He allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Alright. Successful away mission, and everyone leveled up. That's what I like to see. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team when he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? My dearest Kes, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you'd come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain. But I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it has the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Kes, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course. It's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now, we have a lot of optional stuff here. And we're going to do every one of them. What can you tell us about the caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it, or where he came from? No. We do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Kes, Mr. Neelix, I'm curious, how did the two of you meet? I met Kes while I was trading with the Kazon Ogla. They enslaved her, but she was kind, even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. I admit I used you, Captain. I apologize. But I'd do it again in a heartbeat. At least he's honest. Kes, if it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We once possessed telepathic abilities, but these atrophied over many generations. Alright, well, we have things to do. Someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Kes will go to sickbay and have you examined. Alright, Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. See, we did need this. Nothing currently in progress. We do need to get this amplifier, though. There's 4 turns remaining on that. In 4 cycles, we'll have this room cleared and be ready to start on the next one. So, we're kind of good here. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should have left that room for later. I probably should have opened up this one over here. But that's fine. We'll make it work. We have 745 deuterium left. We have lots of duranium. We're actually going to lose some duranium when this finishes getting cleared out. So, yeah, that's going to happen. In the meantime, we're going to come over here. Why? I have a reason. Okay, ruin ship is ready. That's fine. I'm going to... Oh, right, it was over here. This ruined room. Clear this out. Clear it out. Now, as far as the deuterium goes, we'll take the guarantee. This is going to get us pretty much up where we want to be anyway. Yeah, that puts us up to 994, which is perfect. Alright, transport signal amplifier is done. We now have the blueprints. So to access the tech tree, yes, yes, yes. The blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, we need to start production. We need to repair the workshop. Yes, we will do this, but we don't have a work crew available at the moment. We will get to it, though. We will get to it. We just need some time. Entering the ship, we're going to go ahead and build emergency quarters here. In the meantime, one more cycle, we'll have that one. There we go. Exactly what we needed. Emergency quarters there. And so that's going to take us 8 cycles. This over here is going to take us 7 cycles. And we also have research that we can start working on now, too. So, in terms of all this stuff, in engineering, we have access to this stuff now. Cargo bay level 2s. This is locked. Oh, I guess this is already researched. Okay, we got to work our way up there. What else can we do? For the crews, the mess hall, inspired workforce, can we do this? Aha! High crew threshold bonuses are increased by 20%. Let's begin research on that because morale is going to be important. That's going to take us 18 cycles. But you know what? It's fine. It is. It's fine. So we'll close that. And in the meantime, we can go back over here now. Now we can use the laboratory. There is a chance to fail on this, though. But we're going to try it. Aha! Good success. We got some science. And I wish there was a button for just, like, passing time. But there is not. How much time do we need? This is 4 cycles. This is 3 cycles. Do we have something that's 3 cycles away? Turns out we do. Okay, emergency quarters are done. Now that that's done, we could clear up that ruined room, but we need sick bay online. That'll take us another 4 cycles. That's 5 cycles. That's 5 cycles. This is 4 cycles. Okay, the emergency quarters are also done, and that takes care of housing everybody. So, everybody has a bed now, which means that we are now actually gaining 5 morale per turn, which is good. We need to keep that there. Shield generators up there. We need to start kind of working on some of these things. However, we need this to advance, so let's work on the workshop. So that's 3 cycles, that's 4 cycles. Let's see where this gets us. Sick bay is back online. Excellent. That's another 7 power. Now, injured and sick crew will be placed here. After that, they will go back to work. Increase the efficiency of sick bay by assigning a suitable hero. Computer, initiate the emergency medical holographic program. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates the Voyager's EMH. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Is he going to say the line? Please say the line. Please state the nature of your medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to care for the sickbay, or you have to take care of sickbay for now. And this is a patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few major bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to. And a sick bay to reorganize. Alright, there we go. Wait, I don't see him. Where'd he go? Ah, that's a shame. I like the Doctor. I guess they turned him off. Okay, and we will have the workshop in one more cycle. So, this is one cycle away. Alright, workshop done. That is going to take 71 power. Holy crap. We're at 68. Workshop repair, we can start production of the signal amplifier. Look at this room. That's a fancy room. Alright, this is going to take us 5 duranium and 3 cycles. We're working on it. We do need to go get some more fuel. All this running around is just burning deuterium. Yes, I know deuterium is running low. Understood, we will stock up, I promise. It is not worth the risk. We'll use collector probes. That's 476. Okay, transporter signal amplifier blueprints have been crafted. It's been completed and it is ready for use. It'd be wise to make haste back to Ocampa. I agree it would be, but we need fuel first. Okay, we're going to go over our budget on this one. We will be wasting some. But that takes care of the deuterium running low. Also, build an additional cargo bay. Okay, we'll do that. We did get 80 morale for that, though, so that was worth it. Building an additional cargo bay, however, how much room does a cargo bay take? Cargo bay takes 3 slots. Ooh. Look at how well that came out. Build it. Build it. Sometimes I even impress myself. Let's start clearing this room too. We're going to need the extra space. Alright. And that will take us back to Ocampa. However, I am running long on time here, so I think what we're going to do here is we'll take a break. And we come back, we will head to Ocampa, and we will infiltrate the planet, hopefully, and find Paris and Chakotay. I don't know if we will or not, but we're sure going to try. So, if you want to see what happens then, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, that we get notified every time these videos come out. If you know somebody else who's also into Star Trek, especially Voyager, then share this video with them. But otherwise, if you just like me, like what I'm doing, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. I'll see you next time for more Star Trek Voyager Into the Unknown. Across the Unknown? I forget what it is already. We're playing Voyager. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.